Hi, how's it going? Welcome to Code with Z. In today's video, we have to check if this is a palindrome or not. Why? Well, because that's what LeetCode 125, valid palindrome, is asking us to do. As you can see, it says, a phrase is a palindrome if after converting all uppercase letters into lowercase letters and removing all non-alphanumeric characters, it reads the same forward and backward. And here it says alphanumeric characters include letters and numbers. So long story short, we have to check if this is a palindrome or not, and we need to only consider the letters and the numbers that we're gonna have. So we have to ignore all of these commas and columns and the spaces that we have here. Alright, let's see how we can solve this. So the very first thing that we need to do is to convert this into lowercase. Why? Well, because that's what the question asks us to do. As you can see here, it says, after converting all uppercase letters into lowercase. So we're gonna do that, and at the end we don't need to return the string itself, we just have to check if it is a palindrome or not. If it was a palindrome, we're just gonna return true, and else we're gonna return false. So it doesn't really matter if this is an uppercase or lowercase, but we need to make sure they're all the same because it's gonna make checking way easier. Now that we have this in lowercase, we have to somehow remove these spaces and commas and stuff here. And the way we're gonna do that is by, first of all, defining a variable called, for example, new string, and then we're gonna start looping through our original string that was given to us here one by one. So we're gonna loop through each character one by one. So for example, we're gonna start with A. We're gonna check if this is a letter or a number. And if it was, we're gonna add it to our string. Then we're gonna move on forward. As you can see here, we have a space. It's not a letter and it's not a number, so we're just gonna skip it. Then we have M. It is a letter, so we're gonna add it here. Then we're gonna have A, we're gonna add it here. Then we're gonna have N, we're gonna add it here. Then we're gonna have this comma. It's not a letter, it's not a number, so we're gonna skip it. Then we're gonna have this space. It's not a letter, it's not a number, so we're gonna skip it. We have A, we can add it here because it is a letter, and then we have this space here. It's not a letter, it's not a number, so we're gonna skip it. And then we have P, it is a letter, we're gonna add it here. So you get the idea. We're gonna do this all the way till the end, and then at the end we're gonna have something like this. This is basically the same thing that we have up here, but we've actually ignored all of the commas and all of the spaces and columns that we have here. So anything that was not a letter or a number was ignored. After we actually have this, we're gonna make a copy of this and reverse it, like so. And then we're gonna check if these two are equal. If the reversed version of the string is equal to the string that we have up here, that means it is a palindrome. And as you can see, it is equal. This is the reverse version of this string that we have here. And because they are equal, we're gonna return true, and that's gonna be it. Now let's code this in the simplest way possible. Alrighty, let's code this together. So the very first thing that we need to do is to convert this to lowercase. So let's do that. We're gonna say s.to lowercase, and s, by the way, is the string that was given to us. So basically the very first string that's given to us, for example, this string here, that we need to check if it is a palindrome or not. And then we're gonna define our new string variable, and this is gonna be an empty string in the beginning. Then we're gonna have our loop because we wanna go through each character one by one. So we're gonna say for let I being equal to 0. And we wanna keep on looping as long as I is smaller than s.length and then I++ on each round. Here we're gonna have something really important. We're gonna say let carcode be equal to s.carcode at I. I'm gonna explain this right now. So our car code is gonna be equal to the ASCII code of the current character in our string. So for example, the ASCII code for A, for the letter A, is 97. And for example, for Z, it is 122. So we can get the current ASCII code for the current character that we have, no matter what it is, no matter if it is a comma, if it is a letter, if it is a space, it doesn't matter. We're gonna get the ASCII code, and then we're gonna check if it is between this range, meaning if it is between 97 and 122, because that's the range for the ASCII codes of the alphabetic letters that we have. And if it was not there, that means it's something else, and we're not gonna include it. We're gonna have something similar for the numbers as well. The ASCII code for 0 is 48, and the ASCII code for 9 is 57. Again, we're gonna check if the current character has the ASCII code that's between these two numbers. If it is not, that means we have something that's not a number. So let me show you. We're gonna say if car code is greater or equal to 97, so that's for A, and car code is smaller or equal to 122, so that's going to be the condition that's going to check for letters. After this, we're going to have an OR because we want to also include numbers, so we're going to have something similar. We're going to say if car code is greater or equal to 4840, and it is, let me drag this to the left. We're basically done. If it is smaller or equal to 57, like so, we want to update our new string. We're going to say new string is equal to new string plus s of I. This basically makes sure that we only update our new string when we have a letter or a number. After our for loop, we're going to have our new string, and then we need to check if it is a palindrome or not. To do that, we're going to say return the result of this. This being new string is equal to new string, and we need to reverse it. So if new string and the reverse version of new string are equal, that means we have a palindrome. So to do this, to reverse this string, we can do it manually by having a reverse loop, or we could do this. We could basically convert this into an array and then reverse the array and then convert it back into a string. So we're checking if new string is equal to a new string when it is reversed. Now let's run this and see if we can actually get accepted. And we got accepted. Now let's submit this and see if we can actually pass all of the test cases. Moment of truth, and we got accepted. That's awesome. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep on coding.